I was walking through the silence of my own defeat. Every step felt like the end beneath my feet. Empty rooms and shadows knew my name. Every broken promise burned like quiet shame. I stopped believing I could be restored. Closed every window, locked every door. I wore my scars like they were all I'd ever be. I forgot the man I used to see. Then your voice found me in the dark, like a whisper to my frozen heart. It was the love that saved me when I was too far gone to see. There was still a reason left to breathe. You were the air inside of me. It was the love that held me when I was falling endlessly. In your arms I found my way back from the edge of yesterday. It was your love that saved me. I was drifting through the nights without a flame. Every sunrise felt exactly the same. No direction, no place left to belong. Just a tired soul trying to stay strong. But you saw something I could not find. A fading light buried deep inside. You reached for me when I couldn't stand. You gave me hope with just your hand. You never asked me to be whole. You just stayed and held my soul. It was the love that saved me when I was too far gone to see. There was still a reason left to breathe. You were the air inside of me. It was the love that healed me when every part was incomplete. In your eyes I felt the grace of second chances I could face. It was your love that saved me. I don't know where I'd be tonight if you hadn't stayed and fought my fight. You were the calm inside my storm, the only place my heart felt warm. You never tried to change my past. You just gave me strength to last. It was the love that saved me when I had nothing left in me. You became my miracle, so quiet and so beautiful. Oh, it was the love that chose me when I was lost and couldn't see. Now every breath and every day is proof you never walked away. It was your love that saved me. And if my heart forgets the way, your love will guide me back someday. The love that saved me, stay. silence living in my chest. Every breath felt like a quiet kind of death. I was walking through the shadows of my doubt, trying to believe there was a way back out. Every road I took just led me to goodbye. Every dream I held dissolved before my eyes. I was fading like a ghost into the gray, certain no one saw the pieces slip away. Then you found me standing on the edge alone, where even hope had long since turned to stone. You were the arms that refused to let me fall when I had no strength to fight it all. You held the weight of my shattered soul and loved the parts I couldn't control. You stayed through the storm inside my heart when every light in me went dark. You gave me something worth living for, the arms that refuse to let me fall. I was drifting through a world without a sound, carrying the scars I tried to hide somehow. Every night was just a war I couldn't win. Every morning felt like breaking me again. I stopped believing I was worth the fight. I made peace with slowly losing all my life. Then your voice cut through the endless night, soft and steady, pulling me back to life. You saw someone I had forgotten how to be, someone stronger, buried deep in me. You were the arms that refused to let me fall when I had no strength to fight it all. You held the weight of my shattered soul and loved the parts I couldn't control. You stayed through the storm inside my heart when every light in me went dark. You gave me something worth living for, the arms that refuse to let me fall. I was ready to disappear without a trace, convinced that love had lost my name, but you held on when I pushed away. You saw tomorrow in my pain. You never asked me to be whole, you only asked me not to go. And in your quiet, faithful grace, you became my safest place. Finally, arms that refused to let me fall when I was nothing at all. You carried me through the deepest night and showed my broken heart its light. Now I stand where I couldn't stand before, not afraid of the dark anymore, because I know no matter where I fall, I'll find your arms through it all. And if the world turns cold again someday, I won't be afraid or drift away, because your love still lives in my soul. The arms arms that refuse to let me fall. I was walking through the silence of my own defeat. Every step was getting harder just to breathe. Broken shadows whispered I was too far gone. Every prayer I ever held fell wrong. I kept hiding from the mirrors and the truth. I was losing every reason to hold on. Then your voice cut through the night, so soft and warm, like the first sign of the dawn. You didn't ask me to be stronger, you didn't ask me to pretend. You just held my shaking pieces and stayed there in the end. Your heart pulled me through the dark when I was falling apart. When the night had closed my eyes, you became my light. Your love carried all my scars, held me close through every storm. When I couldn't find my way, you showed me where to start. Your heart pulled me through the dark. I was drowning in the weight of my regrets. Every memory was dragging me below. I believed that I was something left behind, just a soul with nowhere left to go. But you saw the life I buried deep inside. You believed when I had nothing left to give. Through your eyes I saw a man I couldn't see. You taught my heart to live. You never turned away from my pain, you never let me disappear. You stood beside my weakness and made the future clear. Your heart pulled me through the dark when I was falling apart. When the night had closed my eyes, you became my light. Your love carried all my scars, held me close through every storm. When I couldn't find my way, you showed me where to start. Your heart You never let my world stay torn. Inside your arms I found forever. Inside your love, reborn. Your heart pulled me through the dark when I had no strength to fight. You became my reason, you became my life. Your love healed what I had lost, gave me hope I thought was gone. Now I see the man I am because you stayed this long. Through every scar and broken part, through every endless night, pulled me through the dark and brought me back to life. I remember nights without a sound, empty walls closing slowly in. Every breath felt harder to hold, like the air didn't want me in. I was drifting far from myself, further than I'm meant to be, losing pieces of who I was in the dark when no one could see. I stopped believing in tomorrow, stopped believing I was strong. Every road led into silence, every hope felt wrong. Then you found me barely holding on, a fragile soul almost gone. From my lowest place you lifted me, with your quiet arms around my pain. You saw a heart I couldn't see, through every loss and every rain. You didn't ask me to be strong, you just stayed when I was weak. From my lowest place you lifted me, you were everything I couldn't be. You never tried to change my scars, never turned your eyes away. You held the truth of who I was when I had nothing left to say. Every tear I tried to hide, you felt before it reached my skin. You gave me space to fall apart and the strength to breathe again. You were patient with my silence, gentle with my broken pride. You never needed perfect words, you stayed right by my side when I was sure that love was gone. You proved my heart was wrong. From my lowest place you lifted me, with your quiet arms around my pain. You saw a heart I couldn't see, through every loss and every rain. You didn't ask me to be strong, you just stayed when I was weak. From my lowest place you lifted me. You were everything I couldn't be. And I still wonder why you stayed through every shadow, every fear. When I had nothing left to give, you were still standing here. You gave me more than I could hold, more than I believed was real. You showed me love can still exist. You showed my heart can heal. From my lowest place you lifted me. When I was lost beyond repair, you gave me something I could keep, a reason to still care. And now I see the light again, where only darkness used to be. From my lowest place you lifted me. You saved the life inside of me. And if I fall into the night and lose the strength I used to be, I'll remember how your love brought the soul back into me. From my lowest place, you lifted me. I remember nights that never seemed to end, empty rooms and ghosts I called my only friends. Every word I spoke just fell back down on me, like the truth was something I refused to see. I was fading slowly in my own disguise, smiling just enough to hide the truth inside. Every broken promise carved into my skin. I stopped believing I was worth believing in. Then you stood there in the quiet of my storm. No expectations, no demand to transform. You saw the worst and you didn't turn away. You saw the darkness and you chose to stay. You stayed when I was hard to love, when I was barely holding on, when every door was closed and shut and every reason to hope was gone. You held my heart without a shield when I was cold and falling apart. You gave me something I couldn't steal. You gave me back my own lost heart. You stayed when I was hard to love. There were days I couldn't look into your eyes, too ashamed of all my hidden truths and lies. I pushed you farther than you've ever been. Still you stood was someone even I could not defend, running from the man I didn't understand. But you were patient through my silent war. You saw someone worth fighting for. You never asked me to be someone new. You loved the broken version of my truth, and in your arms I finally felt enough. Even when I was hard to love, you stayed when I was hard to love. When I was barely breathing air, when every dream was not enough, and I was drowning in despair, you held the pieces of my soul when I was sure they never meant. You made the deepest fracture whole. You were my healing in the end. You stayed when I was hard to love. And I don't know who I'd be tonight if you had walked away. Your love became the only light that taught my heart to stay. You gave me faith in something real when I had nothing left to trust. You showed me wounds can learn to heal when someone loves you just because. You stayed when I was hard to love, when I was lost beyond repair, when I believed I wasn't enough. You showed me someone still was there. You held my heart until it learned to beat without the fear of loss. Through every scar and lesson learned, your love was stronger than the cost. You stayed when I was hard to love, and now I finally understand. I wasn't saved by strength above, I was saved by your gentle hand. You stayed when I was hard to love. I remember nights that never ended, shadows breathing down my empty room. Every heartbeat felt so disconnected, like I was fading far too soon. I wore a smile just to hide the damage, spoken words that never told the truth. I was drifting through the silent wreckage, waiting for a single proof. Then you saw through every broken wall, every crack I tried to hide. You didn't turn away when you saw me fall. You stayed here by my side. I was dying until you stayed, until your arms refused to walk away. Through every storm dying until you stayed. There were mornings I could barely stand. Every breath felt like a losing fight. I was reaching out with trembling hands, praying someone saw my light. You were quiet but your love was louder than the doubts inside my mind. You became my steady harbor when I was drowning in the tide. You never asked me to be strong. You loved me as I was, and somehow that became enough. I was dying until you stayed, until your voice called out my name. Through every scar, through every pain, you showed me I could live again. I was walking through the blame, through a cold and endless rain, but you held on through the darkest waves. I was dying until you stayed. Time stood still the night you held me, like you knew I couldn't survive alone. In your eyes I saw forgiveness, in your heart I found my home. You didn't save me with perfection, you saved me with your grace. Just by choosing not to leave me, you pulled me from that place. I was dying until you stayed, until your love became my strength. Through every doubt, through every break, you gave me more than I could take. I was barely holding on to a life already gone, but you carried me through all the pain and taught my heart to beat again. I was dying until you stayed. Now every breath has a reason, every tear has washed away. I found life the moment you stayed. I was a shadow walking through the night, no direction, no reason to fight. Every memory faded into gray, every dream just slipping away. I heard my own voice losing sound, falling deep but never hitting ground. I wore a smile I didn't feel inside. I learned how to live while slowly dying. Then you found me in the quiet, where even hope had disappeared. You didn't ask me for perfection, you just stayed right here. You were the love that breathed me again, air in my lungs when I couldn't stand, light in the dark I was drowning in. You held my heart with gentle hands when I was lost in the air. You were the love that breathed me again. haunted by fear and silent rejection. Every step felt heavier than before. Every prayer fell down to the floor. But you saw life beneath my pain. Through every scar I tried to hide away. You didn't turn when you saw my truth. You stayed when I had nothing left to prove. In your arms I felt the silence finally begin to heal. You gave me more than survival. You taught my heart to feel. You were the love that breathed me again, air in my lungs when I couldn't stand, light in the dark I was drowning in. You held my heart with gentle hands when I was lost in the air. You were the love that breathed me again. Nights I begged for the pain to end, never knowing where broken souls would mend. But your whisper pulled me from the edge of goodbye, gave me a reason to open my eyes. You never forced me to be someone new. You just loved me until I became true. Every broken part you helped me mend. You were my beginning after the end. You were the love that breathed me again, strength in my bones, warmth in my skin, hope in the place where fear had been. You showed me how to live again when I was lost in the end. You were the love that breathed me again. The night was colder than I'd ever known. Empty rooms and a heart of stone. Every road felt like a losing game. Every breath carried quiet shame. I was drifting far beyond repair, falling through unanswered prayers. No tomorrow I could hold on to, no reason left to make it through. Then you found me in the silent grave. You didn't turn, you chose to stay. When I had nothing, I had you. One steady light that pulled me through. When I was lost with no place to run, you were the moon, you were the sun. In my darkest hour, your love was true. When I had nothing, I had you. every scar that I tried to hide. You saw through every lie inside. You held my hand without a word. You healed the pain no one else heard. You saw the man I couldn't see. You gave your faith back into me. Through the storm and the endless blue, every broken road led me to you. And I had nothing, I had you. One steady line that pulled me through. When hope was gone and skies were black, you were the strength that brought me back. You never left when my world fell through. When I had nothing, I had you. I remember nights I couldn't stand. You were the calm, you were my hand. You never asked for anything, just gave me love and let me breathe. You were the reason I survived, the only truth that stayed alive. When I had nothing, I had you. The only dream that still felt true. When I was weak and torn apart, you were the beat inside my heart. Now every step my soul is new, because I had nothing and I still had you. Through every shadow, every scar, you loved me just the way I was. When I had nothing left to prove, all I had was you. All I had was you. I was a shadow walking through the day. Every color slowly turned to gray. I stopped believing in a better end. Stopped trusting hearts could ever mend. Kept my distance from the light above. I told myself I wasn't worth the love. Built every wall so high and cold and tall, so I would never have to feel the fall. And you saw through all the cracks I tried to hide. You stood there waiting while the world passed me by. You loved me back to life when I was barely breathing. I was a stranger in my own reflection, lost inside my fear and my rejection. Every road I walked led me to nowhere. Every prayer dissolved into the air. But you never asked me to be strong. You just stayed beside me all along. You let your silence speak what words could not. You gave me everything I thought I lost. You never forced me. You just let your love remain. And in your presence I could feel again. You loved me back to life when I was barely breathing. You held my shattered heart when it stopped believing. You stayed through every storm, every silent cry. You loved me back to life when I had given up on mine. And I remember that night I was ready to disappear, but you pulled me out of the dark and whispered, I'm still here. You didn't try to fix my soul, you just refused to leave. And somehow in your gentle arms you taught my heart to beat. You loved me back to life when I was lost in sorrow. You gave me just enough to believe in tomorrow. You stood when I was weak. You never said goodbye. You loved me back to life. You loved me back to life. Now every breath I take is proof it's true. I'm still alive because of you. I was walking through the silence of my own defeat. Every step felt like the end of me. Empty rooms and ghosts of who I used to be were the only ones who stayed with me. I stopped looking at the sky for any sign. I stopped believing I'd be alright. I told my heart to learn to live alone in the night. And you stood there in the doorway of my fall, like you heard a distant, desperate call. You didn't turn away, you saw it all. You found me when I was broke. was barely holding on, and every door was closing, and I forgot where I belong. You held the pieces of my soul like they were never torn apart. You found me when I was broken, and loved me back to a beating heart. I was hiding from the mirror and the truth inside. I was tired of this endless fight. Every dream I had was buried out of sight. Under all the weight I couldn't fight. I was sure that I was too far gone to save. Too much damage left inside the pain. I was learning how to slowly fade away. But you saw something I could not see, a quiet strength still left in me. You reached through all my suffering. You found me when I was broken, when there was nothing left to show. When I was drowning in the open with nowhere left to go. You held the shattered parts of me and healed the deepest scars. You found me when I was broken and reminded me who I really are. Now every breath I take is proof it's true. I was saved the night I found you. You found me when I was broken and made me whole again with you. I was walking through a silent war inside my chest. Every breath felt like a test I couldn't pass. The shadows whispered I was less than I had been, and every mirror showed a stranger looking back. I kept reaching for a reason not to fall, but every answer faded into gray. I was drifting like a soul without a home, almost gone, almost washed away. Then your voice cut through the noise so quietly, like a promise I was too afraid to hear. You were the only light I couldn't lose when every road was leading me to blue. When my faith was barely hanging by a thread, you held the pieces of the heart I thought was dead. And in the dark when I was losing truth, you were the only light I couldn't lose. You stayed close when I had nothing left to prove. You were the only light I couldn't lose. And I was standing on the edge of giving in. Every hope was slipping through my hands. I stopped stopped believing I was worth the fight. I stopped believing I could ever stand. But your eyes never saw me as undone. You saw strength beneath the shattered parts. You held on when anyone would run. You stayed and rewrote who I was. When I was sure that I was too far gone, you showed me I was never that alone. You were the only light I couldn't lose when every road was leading me to blue. When my faith was barely hanging by a thread, you held the pieces of the heart I thought was dead. And in the dark when I was losing truth, you were the only light I couldn't lose. You stayed close when I had nothing left to prove. You were the only light I couldn't lose. Through the silence, through the pain, through the nights I couldn't face the day, you were steady, you remained. When everything else slipped away, I was fading into endless night, but your love refused to let me disappear. You were hope when I had none in sight. You were the reason I am still here. Well, you were the only light I couldn't lose. When I forgot the way my own heart moved, when I was drowning in the deepest doubt, you were the hand that pulled my spirit out.